Yeah. Late night. WEEI is KJ. Oh, let the beat drop, Joe. Oh. Dun, dun. That's like Kravis' first album right there. Dun, dun, dun. Second album. Thank you so much for hanging out. 617-779-7937. Text line 37937. Still to come. Jason Tatum is sneakily getting himself into the upper echelons of the greatest Celtics of all time. I put a list together. You might be shocked. That's coming right at the top of the hour. Speaking of the Celtics, Joe, I have to tell you this before we get to the text line. So I have this running prank in my family that my older brother is a diehard Giants, not so much a Knicks fan, but Giants fan, whole nine. Me, obviously, Celtics, B's, C's, Patriots, Red Sox.
Yeah, the old Boston versus New York.
Right. So with my nephews, and they're the only nephews I have, I load them up with Boston gear. And his wife is from Canada, so she kind of is complicit in this as well. So for my two nephews, D and Max, D's like 5, Max is 3. So I found them like these old school Celtic shirts for kids, right? So I send them one, and one is of Paul Pierce.
Great choice.
So my sister-in-law sends me a video. Is this Uncle KJ? Like, oh, bless his heart, I'm not Paul Pierce. Maybe from 50,000 feet above in the sky, I might look like Paul Pierce, but no, I was really touched. He's really now sold. I should have lied to him and told him yes, and therefore any New York guy, team, whatever, will not amount to his uncle being on his shirt and being tied to the Celtics.
Yeah, and then when you'd go to New York with them, they'd be like, why do they hate you? Say, okay, I hit this game winner at MSG. It was like a really big shot.
That would be complex for a 5-year-old. I think it would be more like,
well, when they get older. When they
start, like if they show video of like the NBA Hall of Fame, it's like, that looks like the guy on my shirt. That doesn't look like Uncle KJ. So it's a fun thing that's going on. So shout out to my little nephews, man. They are. Yeah, that's what's so cool. Because I have all girls. So when you have like nephews, some guys can relate to this. You're like, oh my gosh, yes, jump up on stuff and jump around. And the testosterone is just wonderful.
Yeah, I got 2 nephews. One of them just recently born. But I have a 3.5-year-old where all we do is just literally like, when he comes over, we just like, I grab him and we just fall onto my bed.
You can always do choke slams and stuff like you can't do that with. I mean, I do that with my daughter a little bit, but now she's 11. You can't do that anymore. Now she's kind of like, football's on. I'm like, yeah, you're definitely getting into your girldom. All right, text line 37937. What you got?
617 texter thinks Mac Jones is a bust and that the Pats should trade him this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, how soon is now in terms of value, right? Do you want to put him out there and get a replay of last year and then say, okay, now we want to deal? And people would be like, look, my trash is picked up on Mondays and Wednesdays. Don't be dumping your Tuesdays on me. Yeah. So there's this thing called dry January. This is like, here's some things that I've been able to catch up with and understand the motif behind it. Like No Shave November. It's supposed to be kind of this solidarity thing with, I think, for breast cancer in terms of October. So October is like Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I think No Shave November is like the men's version of trying to do that to bring awareness to it. I get that. Then I started hearing about this dry January thing. I'm like, dry January? Like,
yeah, I know all about it, KJ, and I just want to give you a historical context. We talked about it. We were going to talk about it, so I just got some facts right here. Apparently, it was created in the UK in 2012. That's like 10 or 11 years ago, and the goal was to help slim down the waistline and save money by abstaining from alcohol for the whole month of January.
Okay, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that Americans are following something that the British do? I mean, I know we hit them over the head 300 years ago, but you're still not picking. Why follow blindly? But look, again.
Hey, there's good news. There's good news.
Okay.
The good news is that the practice has shown to reduce alcohol consumption in those who were previously increasing their alcohol consumption. So it works.
Yeah, because you just came out of the daggone holidays. Look, Thanksgiving, you're drinking. Christmas, you're drinking. At the other holidays, depending on what your family dynamic is, you might be drinking, right? So like that, look, this is why I tell single people, do not try and get all of your emotions between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve. All of it involves drinking, lies, and questions you don't want asked. So it shouldn't be dry January. It really should be dry February. Like January should be the month you do drink.
All right. Well, if you're so big on this, I want to quiz you then. I want you, according to Ranker, can you name the 3 most popular beers in the region? All right, so I'll give you 5 guesses to get all 3 correct. All right, and I'll give you some music to back you up on this.
All right, hit it.
I appreciate it, but I told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight. Besides, I got a big day tomorrow. Doing what? We're gonna go to Home Depot.
Frank, don't take! That is the best from old school. We're going streaking. All right.
So I got a bell and a buzzer. So I'll give you 5 guesses. If you can give me the top 3 beers in the region according to Ranker, then I'll say you're an expert. But if not, we'll just move it to the next hour. See if you can do it again.
Top 3 beers in the region according to Ranker. Now, let me say for dry January, don't you realize the football playoffs are going off? What are you drinking with the chips? Water? Okay, New England, I got to go with a Sammy. A Sammy's got to be in there. Yeah, that's right there. All right, my favorite, because I like to take it in small amounts. I drink it like coffee, but I get them in 20 ounces. Guinness, it's got to be in there. All right, I get 5 guesses to get 3 right, correct?
Yeah, so you got 3 more guesses, and all you need is 1. That's all you need.
Because I see him at the Red Sox games all the time. Is Truly up there? Oh, thank God. I got to think of, I just can't think of men 25-54 all the time while I'm here. All right. Sammy, Guinness, no Truly. Let's go with a classic like Heineken. What?
That was my dad. That was my dad's favorite drink. I don't know why it's not in the top.
Yeah, I've never understood like the alcohol-free Heineken. Maybe people just like the taste of just kind of like it's the kick that goes along with it. All right, so Sammy, Guinness.
You got 1 guess.
One more guess.
If you can't do it, we'll just do it in the next hour.
Please help me if I get this wrong. 37937 on the text line. Top 3 beers in the region according to Ranker. Sammy is one of them. Guinness is another. I've seen people buy this at the house. Maybe it's just because at the house, I don't know if it's cheap or whatnot. Maybe people do like it. Rolling Rock? All right, so
I guess you're not an expert in dry January.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll try my hand to see if I can figure out this last one. You can help 37937 on the text line. What beer am I missing? That's top 3 beer in the region, according to Ranker. Next on WEEI Late Night with KJ, Jason Tatum, starting to put him. Are they getting the bus ready for Mount Rushmore of top Celtics all time? That's next on WEEI. Thanks for hanging out.